Hello and welcome to the first episode of the Addict by Wig podcast, where we're going to talk about perspectives, reviews, news. I'm your host, Eric Wichaksono, and I'm joined today by one of my best friends and fellow cinema lover.
Yeah, pretty much. I consume a lot of media, I'd say.
Pankaja.
It's me, Pan. I'm on a podcast, everybody. Hi.
And today we're going to talk about why people should pay more attention to foreign cinema, aka non-Hollywood movies, and what's holding them back from watching these films. So, first off, how are you doing, Pan? You nervous, excited?
Yeah, it's my first time on a podcast, so kind of nervous. But I've heard you guys speaking on the past, on the other two podcasts, so I think you guys make it seem pretty natural. I think I got the gist of it. Like I said, podcasts are just radio shows on the internet.
Yeah, before we go any further, you can listen to us on Spotify, Anchor, Apple Podcasts, or wherever you get your podcasts. Follow us on Twitter and Insta at The Addict by Wick. Send us questions, feedbacks, topic suggestions. Let's see. Start with what foreign films did you watch this past year, long 2020?
Well, when you ask, like, I drew up a list. To be honest, when I watch movies, I don't really remember what I've watched, so I tend to rewatch stuff, and then halfway through, I'll be like, wait, I've already watched this, you know? So, but I made a short list. Obviously, talking about foreign cinema, I will talk about anime because it does count as a medium of foreign cinema. So top 3, like anime movies, just strictly speaking movies. Akira, of course. Redline, Ninja Scroll, which is another classic. And, well, we watched from anything Korean. We watched I Saw the Devil by Kim Ji-woon quite recently as well. That was really good.
Was that the one with like a serial killer and then the other guy?
Yeah, it was about the dude who was like trying to killed his wife, I guess, so he's like on a revenge quest. But it was done really well. It was shot really well as well. It's one thing about Korean directors, they do be shooting stuff like the cinematography is always on point.
I watched this Japanese movie, The House.
The House?
The House. It's like old 1977 Japanese movie about 6 girls going to going on vacation, and then it was just chaotic.
Yeah, I mean,
it was like absurd.
Japanese cinema in the 70s is also like Japanese cinema in general is just chaotic.
It has
it
has good ratings. And
but yeah,
people like the critics were like, I think it was 90% on like Rotten Tomatoes and 80 for audience. So I was like, yeah, fine. And then halfway through watching the movie, Remy just walked out. Like our roommate just walked out in the middle of the movie.
He's like, I don't want to watch this anymore.
Yeah, I was like, I give
too
up.
Wild.
And everyone watching that just fell asleep. We had Perfect Blue last year.
Did we watch it together? No, you watched it with Remy. I think I didn't watch Perfect Blue. We watched Paprika together though.
Oh, I forgot to put Paprika on the list.
Yeah,
yeah, that was also a good movie.
It's super trippy.
We watched The Raid 2 together.
Yeah, did not watch The Raid 1, but anyone who is into anything action related movie, Gareth Evans is a ridiculous like fight choreographer / martial arts movie director. Highly recommend The Raid 1 and 2.
Indonesian cinematic.
Yeah, Indonesian as well.
Shout out to the homeland. I like the first one better though.
No. The hot take. Second Raid. Oh my god.
We can make an episode where we just like.
Yeah, we could just deep dive into it maybe. Parasite. How could we talk about foreign cinema without talking about Parasite?
It's actually that's what gave it the inspiration for this episode.
Yeah, indeed.
Because next month is their year anniversary of winning the Best Picture Oscars.
Best Picture, indeed.
Yeah. So
anything by Bong Joon. Parasite.
Does Snowpiercer count as foreign cinema?
He directed it, yeah.
But is it like centered toward Western audience?
I think it's like a Korean spin trying to like give it to a like kind of like Foon speeding it to a Western audience, because there's like themes of like coming up from the bottom, classism, lots of different themes that are pretty much related to Korean society as well. Lots of classism in the different trains and like train classes, and how one person from the bottom pretty much keeps the train running as well. I think kind of showing Western audiences and putting a Western actor in it, like kind of gave it perspective to them. Because otherwise, I I don't think a lot of people would have given Parasite the time of day if it didn't win Best Picture. Because a lot of Bong Joon's like movies went on like, I think Parasite is he's most like after Snowpiercer, Parasite and Okja are
Yeah.
two of his like highest like most known movies as well.
Foreign movies, we're counting Ghibli Studios.
Yeah,
I
of course.
watched,
I mean, if we're counting
Totoro.
anime, then yeah, I'm sure everyone's watched Spirited Away.
Have I watched Spirited Away? I think I watched it with you.
No, we watched My Neighbor Totoro together.
Oh.
But I'm sure everyone's watched a Ghibli movie growing up.
I hope so.
Yeah, taught me some very important themes as well.
But yeah, so some honorable mentions that you've watched Roma.
I've heard of Roma. I haven't watched it.
It's set in Mexico City in the 70s.
Okay.
It's a drama. It was in conversations. I think it was nominated for 2019, but it's in black and white. That's my
When was it released?
2019.
Oh, 2019.
Yeah.
Is it good?
It's pretty good, but it's also long.
Hmm.
Like 3 hours. But it's
Is
a
that
really
what
good
we're gonna
story.
watch tonight?
No. It's too long. So, funny you should mention that. Have you watched Three Idiots?
Three Idiots, the Bollywood movie.
Yes. Have you watched it?
I've probably watched glimpses of it because my mom was a big like, and both my sisters were like super into like Hindi movies and Bollywood.
Can we
movies.
watch it?
3 hours long.
It's so good. It has 100% rating on Rotten Tomatoes.
Maybe
It is a Bollywood movie.
I could be. Maybe we could. Maybe we'll put it on the short list.
Okay, because
It's on the list.
I haven't watched it since like 8th grade, and I remember I was like crying at laughing at the same time. Also, because it's a Bollywood like film, it does have the tendency to just break out in the middle.
Yeah, and song.
Yeah.
I'm not a big fan of Indian cinema, but I mean there have been some pretty good Bollywood movies. I'm sure my sisters can attest to that. I'm more into, well, call it a bit basic, but I need action in my movies. So yeah.
Like Fast and the Furious.
Yo, look, fast. If we're gonna go into Western cinema, you need to have the bad movies to show you just how good, like how good it is when you watch good movies. I always say that you should balance your like good cinema out with your bad cinema. Watch something cheesy,
I can't lie. It is just like they're fun movies to watch.
Definitely, like to go to the movies. Like who wouldn't want to? Like actually, a lot of people wouldn't want to go to the movies.
Bro,
to watch Fast and the Furious.
Bro, they beat a whole like submarine with cars.
Yeah,
you know?
facts, bro. They need to go to space. That's the only next like they can't top it anymore.
What do
It
they
just
call
keeps
it?
getting more bombastic.
Carfu.
Carfu. Wait, is that like gun fu?
Yeah,
Like John
like
Wick
with
gun
cars.
fu,
Like, what the
Carfu.
fuck?
Did you just coin that?
No, I hope. So. Yo, I don't know. I don't think so. But if I did, I want to trademark that. Yeah. So tying that to what we've watched, just so like we sounded like we have some, we know what we're talking
Indeed, we
about.
know what we're talking about. We're not just posers trying to talk about movies. Speaking, I was thinking even considering what we watched, I asked, is Australian cinema, does it count as non-Western? I think it does. So.
It does.
Anything by Taika is
like Thor.
not Thor Ragnarok, but What We Do in the Shadows. That was you
Okay,
guys
yes.
didn't really
No, I liked it.
vibe
With the
vampires and
I
the
liked
werewolf. Yeah, I think people fell asleep when we watched it.
it. No, it was in the boat.
No, not in the boat. They were like in the city. They were like living in the city.
Okay,
Yeah.
then.
But
Wrong
anything by
vampire
Taika,
movie.
What We Do in the Shadows. I just watched Boy with my family before I came here. That was also really good.
Does that count Jojo Rabbit as?
Yeah,
foreign?
probably. I guess. I mean, but
It's
these are
indie.
more like they've had pretty big mainstay like Hollywood releases
Yeah.
as well. But so did Parasite.
Yeah, but that was like I think one of like the rare ones.
Yeah, true. But anime gets some pretty good in the States. They get some pretty good opening weekend numbers as well. And in foreign cinema, in Japanese cinema news, Demon Slayer Mugen Train has overtaken Spirited Away as I think Japan's #1 animated movie in terms of box office. Hayao Miyazaki is no longer the king of anime movies.
Going back to the box office, I think that's like one of the problems with say like the movies we mentioned earlier. #Alive or I Saw the Devil. all those movies, The Raid, all the box office numbers are like under
I mean,
15 mil.
Yeah, probably. But I like budgets are also very different, you
True,
know?
true.
Because I think if you're making a movie in Korea on a, so like a, what is it, the Korean won? What is,
No clue.
shouldn't sound like I know everything, but in the Korean currency, I'm sure one won would buy you maybe more than what $1 would in terms of budget.
Won.
Yeah, won.
Yeah,
Yeah,
won.
yeah. So
I thought it said yuan. I was like,
not
no,
yuan,
that's
but
Japan.
won. Yeah, that yuan is Japan. Yen is Japan.
Sorry, Japan.
But yeah, like in terms of box office, I think they do pretty big numbers in their home countries, not too much all over the world as much as Western cinema does. Because Western cinema is literally like the Avengers is literally released everywhere. You know,
Yeah.
there's not a place like where it isn't released.
Yeah.
So, yeah,
You're right.
I guess accessibility becomes a problem as well. But you can stream everything these days.
So yeah, tying that to our main topic, why should we watch more foreign films? Like what?
Because it's good. It's just like, you know, you've got different. I guess when you look at Western cinema, it's very like put together. You've got a whole world of other cinema to enjoy, especially in foreign movies and especially in Korean cinema as well. I mean, I think we've stuck to that topic quite a lot because I guess some people just aren't ready to accept that anime is also a big media format. But if you still want real people and real actors, definitely look into Japanese movies, French movies, Italian movies, Korean movies as well.
One thing I like is a lot of them don't have that Hollywood recipe.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah,
that formula that they have to follow, like those, say, comedies or like
Indeed,
those rom-coms where, you know, you can kind of guess
I mean,
where the story goes.
look at Parasite. If someone asked me like what kind of movie Parasite is, you would probably say that it's literally every genre of movie in one movie, because it's just from a love story to a comedy to a horror movie to an action movie at some point as well to like a thriller as well, you know?
Bro, I watched that movie when it was like hasn't been released on like good streaming yet.
Yeah,
So
yeah,
it was still
yeah,
like
yeah,
bad.
yeah.
Like, oh my god.
The quality must have been
The
horrible.
subtitles
Yeah.
were like questionables as well.
Yeah, I think I streamed it.
Watching foreign films also help you if you're practicing, like if you want to learn a new language.
Yeah,
That can help a
definitely.
lot. Like you put
Definitely.
your subtitles while they're speaking.
True. True.
So
I definitely haven't picked up any Japanese. So.
that's how I learned how to speak English. Well, yeah,
Yeah.
but Japanese like harder to learn.
I guess English is a very visual language. So when you do look at like people speaking it, and especially on like Western TV shows and stuff, like they really do emphasize on what they're speaking about as well. You know, like they'll be like apple, and they'll show an apple on the TV screen. You know?
Fire.
Yeah, fire. You know. So yeah, what did you watch? That 70 show?
I did watch that 70 show. I binged it in first year of college.
Yeah,
it's very funny. But then got sucked at the end, kind of.
I haven't finished it.
Oh, I didn't say that. Sorry. Yeah, but they also expose you to new cultural situations.
100%.
Other than like Midwest America.
But yeah, definitely. You've got lots of different like genres. Dude, I think everyone should just watch anime. Whatever genre of like anything you want, you can find it in an anime. Slice of life, they've got it. Gay slice of life, they've got it. Like lesbian slice of life, they've got it. Trans slice of life, they've got it. And then they've got like subgenres for every different kind of genre.
If you guys can already tell,
I'm a weeb.
I was gonna say he loves anime. I love that for him.
Michaela won't let me get a body pillow.
Your girlfriend?
Yeah.
I act like I don't know who that is, but people who listen doesn't know. What are the difficulties? Like, what do you think people are discouraged?
Definitely think language. A lot of people don't want to read subtitles in general.
See, I love watching with subtitles when it's
Same.
also like English or like say Indonesian because I know the languages.
True.
But say if it's say I'm watching anime and I have to put English subtitles and watching Japanese because we don't
watch dubbed anime.
We don't do
We don't do that.
I don't have the attention span sometimes. Sometimes I like to like put it in the background and I don't want to focus 100% on the content I'm watching.
Yeah, I mean, definitely if you're watching something foreign, you won't be able to, like, it can't be background noise.
It's not ADHD friendly.
Yeah, no, I
Like,
don't think so. It's not like Friends or, like I said, that 70 show where you put it on in the background and you'll be listening to the jokes maybe while you're doing something else, you know? I mean, who really watched, like, How I Met Your Mother, like sat in front of their TV and watched it, you know?
hope not. I hope not.
It was bad taste in TV. If
Hey,
you,
I finished that show. It was good. They had good, like,
I don't know.
They had good
I have
moments.
a hot take, but
I watched it when I was like 15, so that's probably why.
I
liked
think
it.
that's like the very target demographic as well.
I was still. That's why my dad actually wouldn't let me and my brothers watch How I Met Your Mother growing up, and man's not wrong.
I mean, fair enough.
Man's not wrong. Sorry,
I remember
Dad.
dudes used to have like, you know, their name in their Facebook as their Facebook name, and then they'll put like legend, and then it takes wait for it, dairy in their whole name, like in their name. It's pretty corny, but yeah, try to block out anything from before I was 20.
Also, another problem is they're not really, I guess, marketed.
Like
as
availability.
Like, yeah, touching back to that. Well, now that they have social media, like,
Yeah,
people
I mean,
can-
like I said, I definitely think you can stream pretty much anything these days. So, like on Netflix, if you have a VPN, not that I condone pirating things, but like, you know.
Well, funny you should say that. I wrote an article about how you can use a VPN to stream those, like to get Hulu and shit.
Yeah,
like when you
indeed,
live
yeah.
in Amsterdam.
Is that illegal? I don't think so.
I should plug. I'll plug my website somewhere.
Handpicked
in the
by Wick.
description. Yeah, handpickedbywick.com. It's just sad because like there's so many like hidden gems.
Yeah,
like people are missing
definitely.
out. You know.
I think so as well. And like one good movie to start off with is The Host. I think that was probably the first.
Which one was the host?
It's also by Bong Joon. It's like one of his first like really well-known movies before Snowpiercer. It's about a fish monster. It sounds pretty basic, but like it's about a fish monster that lives in the ocean in Seoul, I think, and it's like kidnapping kids, and so it's got a murder mystery type vibe behind it as well. It's pretty good.
Well, my recommendation, not that it matters, that Spanish movie, The Platform.
Oh yeah, that was a sleeper hit as well.
If you like if you like kind
It's on
of
Netflix
gory,
as well,
yeah, it's
yeah.
on Netflix.
Yeah.
If you like kind of gory, like R-rated movies, and has deeper social
Like a
meanings.
statement piece, yeah.
Yeah, like a statement piece. That's a good word.
Yeah, for a movie about social classism and like food diversity and
yeah.
food distribution.
That's
Pretty
really good.
Yeah, it's pretty easy to get a hold of as well. It's on Netflix, and it pleasantly surprised me. I went into it with like really low expectations, and I was like pretty hooked from as soon as we started watching it.
So yeah, I guess watch more foreign films.
Watch more foreign films that like diversify your range.
Like make it as a 2021 resolution.
to stream more foreign media.
Yeah,
Definitely.
just more
Watch
culture.
more anime. Watch Akira.
Akira's his favorite ever movie.
It's my favorite ever movie.
That's pretty
Watch
good.
it,
I
Google
kind of tell you a secret.
What?
I kind of fell asleep like in the last.
Yeah, I
like,
know.
50
Everyone, I
minutes.
showed it to everyone, and I was like, "Behold this masterpiece," and everyone fell asleep. But it's okay.
Do you want to do an episode why Akira's a masterpiece? I'll rewatch it again though. So like,
I have to rewatch it.
no,
But, I
let's
mean,
rewatch it together and then like talk
We
about it
could,
on
we
the
could,
pod.
we could. Maybe that's for my own podcast. You never know.
Hey, but yes, do you want to like
Could be a thing. What's the next?
on the docket?
Yeah.
Well, do you think we put a pretty strong arguments for foreign films?
I hope so.
Short, concise.
Short, concise episode.
Hear it from these two. We sounded pretentious. I sounded pretentious, but
I mean, I think people think that we just like sit and watch movies and that's all we do and comment on them.
well,
Which
we
is
had
pretty much all we did during the quarantine.
well.
Not a lot of foreign cinema on that though.
Speaking of the quarantine watch list, do you have anything you look forward to? That's actually what's next on the docket.
In
Like-
terms of foreign cinema,
Tell
anything?
me your foreign first, and then tell me the
Okay,
rest, because I know you're anything. Like I know your first anything.
yeah. Well, in terms of foreign, Well, I mean, it's mostly just anime. Still waiting on the.
Not even coming up. Like what you want to watch, even.
Yeah, what I want to watch is the Western release of the new Demon Slayer movie, Mugen Train. Kind of waiting on that. I think a lot of people who watch anime are waiting on that. And in terms of what's coming out, Dune. Oh my god, I cannot wait for Dune.
Dude's also on my list.
It's gonna be so good.
Do you think that's gonna be pushed back?
I hope not. I need some Denis Villeneuve back in my life.
I've been reading somewhere that it might be pushed off.
No, don't say that.
Wait,
but I heard Sony is doing, not Sony.
It's on Warner Brothers.
Warner Brothers is doing their whole 2021 slate as a double release in cinemas and on HBO Max.
Let's get HBO Max.
Yeah, I mean it's been in the talks for a while, but I think if it's coming out on HBO Max, we can just stream it same day it releases. Don't pirate stuff, kids. Pay for media.
For legal reasons, we do not condone.
Yeah.
Well, for foreign, I still want to watch A Portrait of Lady on Fire. It's a French movie with I think in the UK.
Old Boy. We were talking about Old Boy.
What's Old Boy?
It's a really famous Korean movie. It's about a dude who I don't even know how to explain.
Is that the one with Timothée Chalamet and Steve Carell?
No.
They have a movie together,
It's
no?
Beautiful Boy.
Oh yeah.
The Old Boy is about a dude who gets kidnapped, and I think his daughter gets kidnapped as well, and he's like locked up in a hotel / prison for it's a wild movie. I don't think explaining it will do it justice. It's got a really great maybe a hallway scene. They call it the hallway scene, but it's just a one-shot long fight scene in a hallway. And like, dudes are just attacking it, and he's like fighting all of these guys. Pretty sick.
I fuck with that.
Yeah, we fuck with violence in movies.
I have an idea for a Halloween podcast. Like during this October, we can
horror movies.
Oh
my god,
are you down?
Sick.
Are you down?
We can talk about any excuse to talk about the Evil Dead.
The Evil Dead.
Yeah.
Is that the one where they're in an island?
No,
never mind that.
Evil Dead's in the cabin.
Oh yeah.
It's probably the movie that revolutionized teens going into the woods alone to a cabin and then getting attacked by mysterious forces.
Like
pretty much the plot of any horror movie, but
Scooby-Doo
type beat.
Well, also, if you guys have any suggestions of what we should watch, please let us know, because we do watch a lot of films.
We'll pretty much watch anything as well.
Like it doesn't have to be foreign. Like
yeah,
like we'd watch. What did we watch last time? Were you here when you watched Anchorman 2? Anchorman?
No, we watched Talladega Nights.
We watched Talladega Nights. I showed
really
Pan
funny,
Talladega Nights.
So, it was really funny.
He wasn't a big not Will Smith.
Will Ferrell.
Will Ferrell fan before.
I've watched Anchorman as well. Pretty funny.
Yeah. So anything
that has cultural impact, like Talladega Nights.
So yeah, this has been the first episode of the Addict by Wig podcast. Thank you guys for listening, and Ben, thank you so much.
Thanks for listening to me.
For letting me take your time for this.
No worries.
On a beautiful Saturday night.
I'll probably be back.
Yeah, please be back.
Podcast.
He's gonna be a recurring guest.
I'll be a recurring guest.
For any like cinema, film, anime, TV shows, books, nerd culture. Everything about nerd culture.
Anything about pop culture, you could just hit me up.
Nerd and pop culture. Okay, but
who's the next guest?
Not sure yet. I think Michaela. And if it is her, we're going to speak on eating disorders and teenage boys, men in general. So that's very like two different.
Yeah, it's very two different subjects, but
well, because the attic is the thoughts been going on in my head.
It's Eric's mind palace.
It's my mind palace,
like
guys.
Sherlock Holmes, when he goes into his mind palace.
That's why I have an intro music of like the creaking. You'll listen to it.
All right, yeah. We'll hear it on the actual podcast.
And remember, you can listen to us on Spotify, Anchor, Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, wherever you guys listen to podcasts. And I've been your host, Eric Wichaksono, and for my guest, Pankaja,
Thanks.
we're signing off. See y'all next time.
See ya.